Hi, my name is Faye, and my task is to present to you the Work in China program. This presentation will help you understand all the details and the algorithm of the program. So you've already taken the first step. You've sent us your CV and photos. The next steps include watching this presentation and an interview with one of our managers, where you are free to ask any questions you may have. Then we will find you a job placement with one of our trusted partners, and a Skype interview with one of the employer's representatives is conducted. If the interview goes well, the position is yours. But what do you need to do to pass the interview? Firstly, speak English fluently. Secondly, show that you are an active person. Don't make any pauses and do not give monosyllabic replies. Try to speak much more than the representative of the employer does. This is very important. And finally, do not cheat. If you prepare some notes for the interview, memorize them. Do not read from these notes during your talk. Otherwise, you will lose too many points. The standard interview time is 10 to 15 minutes. If it's shorter, that's okay. But if it takes 30 to 40 minutes, then something is wrong and they take more time to make the decision. After waiting a few days, you will receive the result. If everything is okay, the position is yours. You are then asked to start visa processing, and in some cases to make a video presentation of yourself, which should include some information about you, plus you answering the question, why would you like to teach in China? This will only be 2 to 3 minutes long, no more. As for visa processing, during the interview, we'll recommend some companies that provide good quality service. This is much more convenient than going to the local consulate or embassy by yourself. As for the invitation, it is provided by your employer, and a good quality scanned or faxed copy is acceptable in most cases. However, the original invitation may sometimes be requested at the consulate's discretion. In this case, it is sent on your address and you cover the shipping cost. When your visa is received, it's time to buy a ticket and pack your bags. As for the ticket, we recommend the services of Kayak.com and Expedia.com, as they often have the best price. But it's up to you. Maybe you'll find a cheaper offer. You only have to buy a one-way ticket, as the return ticket is provided to you by the employer at the end of the contract. In general, our clients spend no more than $1,000 on both their visa and ticket. As for the preparations, we give you a list of things that you should take with you. We also provide you with information on where to find the best attractions in China, as well as some things that will help you throughout your journey with our program. You should buy an air ticket to Beijing, as this is the city where your training on teaching methodology takes place. At the airport, you are picked up by your employer's representative, and then you go to your accommodation apartment during the training period. Accommodation is free, of course. The next day, you sign your job contract. As for the contract, it must include all the crucial clauses, the first of which is the salary. The salary is 8,000 RMB per month. In most cases, the Chinese will provide you with a bank card and you'll receive your salary on it. But even if they pay you in cash, the salary should be tax-free. They pay huge taxes for you as a foreign specialist, but all of this money is paid without any connection to your salary. Not even a penny is paid from your 8,000 RMB. The next thing is free housing. There are 2 types of apartments, shared and unshared. Shared is given to you and one other teacher. In this case, you always have your own bedroom and space. Unshared is more common, and this apartment is given to you only. Shared apartments are generally a bit larger. If this is important to you, you can ask for the type you prefer. Apartments always have everything you need: internet, TV, washing machine, air conditioning. They also have all cooking utilities, so you can make your own meals. The employer also tries to find an apartment close to the kindergarten where you work, so that you do not spend money on transportation expenses. Meals are also included in the package. You always have free lunch at your kindergarten, and in most cases, you have free breakfast too. You can ask for as many portions as you like, so both breakfast and lunch are unlimited food events. The last vital point is the free return air ticket. At the end of the contract, you are given 1 month's salary to cover the cost of your return ticket. This sum is more than enough, and the rest you can keep as a small bonus. Moreover, if you decide to prolong the contract and stay in China more, you automatically keep the whole sum for your return ticket. Prolongation is free, and you can even get a bonus for another contract. You can ask either for a salary raise or to bring some of your relatives over to you. If the kindergarten is pleased with your work, they will certainly adhere to your requests. We can tell you the most important factor to please your employer: do not violate the discipline. Specific teaching techniques are minor, but discipline is the most important factor. Do not violate the rules, and you'll make your employer very happy with your work. There are just 3 simple rules. Don't miss your lessons, don't be late, and do not come fuzzled at work. Now let's talk about your training. Training takes from 3 to 10 days, depending on your ability to learn the material. You are given teaching techniques based on the rules: repeat, repeat, repeat. It doesn't matter what age of pupils there will be in your class. You'll still have to repeat the lesson many times before they actually get it. It is always good to play with the children and speak English while doing so, as it really helps them absorb the information. And even if a kid remembers just 5 to 10 new words a week, their parents will be very happy with their English skills and will be very proud to say that they have a talented child. The Chinese language is prohibited in most kindergartens when speaking to kids. Your task is practice English with them, not Chinese. Some kindergartens even have some rules regarding fines for using the Chinese language with kids. Even though you are not allowed to speak Chinese, working with kids is very easy, as there is always a Chinese assistant to solve all the matters during class. Whether the kid needs to eat or is behaving improperly or something else, all is done by your Chinese assistant. You do not spend time on these actions. You simply visit the lesson, give the material in English, and then leave. The other responsibilities are on the Chinese staff. Nonetheless, some kindergartens ask you to spend some time with kids outdoors, although you do not have to clean up after them or anything like that. All you need to do is create an environment where English is spoken. After the training, if your job position is not in Beijing, you are given a ticket to the destination city. There, a kindergarten representative meets you and takes you to your apartment. The next day, you are introduced to your colleagues and kids, given the materials and workbooks, and finally, your work begins. And now, some words about the Chinese language. When preparing for your trip, we give you the best-known audio system to learn the most commonly spoken type of oral Chinese, Mandarin. However, if you'd like to go on live courses during your time in China, we do not recommend it for the first year. This is because in our understanding and experience of Chinese teachers, the beginner's level is way too different, and even the best qualified teacher would want you to understand Chinese characters. So if you go there, it would be very, very, very difficult for you. As we previously told you, knowing the Chinese language is not necessary for teaching. As for everyday life, you won't have problems without Chinese if you have your phone with you, which you can use as a GPS to find your way or as a calculator in the market to buy fruit. All big cities have Walmart stores and other big grocery chains where you can find everything duplicated in English, so it won't be a problem to buy anything you need. However, if learning Chinese is important for you, then we recommend a system we give you. In addition to everyday practice with your Chinese colleague from the kindergarten, you can find a person who speaks English at least a little and ask him or her to practice Chinese with you for free. We assure you that this person will be very kind to you, take photos with you, tell everyone he has a foreign friend, and practice Chinese with you as much as you need. It is the best option of language learning for the first time. As for the Chinese attitude toward foreigners, it's really great. They treat you like a celebrity. always ask to take photos with you, invite you to birthday parties and weddings, and many of them will want relations with you. You are always in the spotlight in China, and if you have light hair, you get super VIP status. So if you don't like being fussed over, do not come blonde to China. Some words about your working hours. You'll have no more than 25 teaching hours a week. 25 is your maximum. That's it. However, you'll also have some teachers' meetings plus lunch. In most cases, you should stay at a kindergarten from 8 till 12. Then you'll have a 3-hour break, and you'll teach again from 1500 till 1700. Saying this, there may be variations depending on the kindergarten schedule. As for support, you always have the assistance of our partners in documentation, salary, and household matters. But additionally, in order for you to feel safe and homey, you are given your personal supervisor as telephone support 24/7 throughout your stay in China. The supervisor can help you with various questions, such as how to live thrifty the first month before your salary, or where is it better to buy products, or how can you legally make YouTube, Facebook, Twitter work in China? Anything you want to ask, the supervisor always helps you. Also, you always have an assistant to conduct lessons and a person in the administration office of your kindergarten who knows English. They will always help you solve different questions concerning your work. And now some surprise in the end. We'd like to advise you on how to earn much more than 8,000 RMB as your salary. There are many ways to earn money in China, but one option is exceptional for all our participants. It is called Private Lessons with Chinese Kids. One such lesson can bring you anywhere between $30 to $50 per 45 minutes. $50 is the sum for an experienced teacher, so at first ask no more than $30, which is an adequate amount for a beginner. How do you find such lessons? Talking to parents may be very difficult as their English in general is very poor. If you're going to China, be prepared that normal English is very rare there. In Hong Kong, they have pretty nice accent, but unfortunately, Hong Kong is a special administrative region and the other territories of China do not have too many people who speak English well. Therefore, talking to parents is often not a possibility. So what do? You just find a Chinese person who knows English. Then you ask him to speak with parents and tell them that you would like to give private lessons to their kids. In order to make this person more efficient, promise him a percentage of each kid he brings to you for private lessons. He will gladly find you clients and you'll have a great side job. Some of our clients earn $2,000 simply by giving 2 lessons a day, and they never work on weekends. P.S. Be ready for parents to invite you to their house for free dinner with lots of delicious Chinese meals and lots of beer. The Chinese really adore foreigners. The other option is good for those who have some skills in sales. Probably everyone has heard about Taobao, one of the biggest online markets in the world, where you can find any product you want: food, electronics, clothing, and even furniture and cars. What should you do? Just ask a Chinese person to help you register and buy some stuff from the site, for instance, a natural fur coat. Then organize delivery. Ask your supervisor how to do it properly and he'll gladly help you. At home, a friend of yours collects the coat and sells it at a price 3 times higher than the one you paid in China. You divide your profit and start over the same scheme. You can buy stuff not only on Taobao or other online stores, but you can also visit various markets in your city and find exclusive things there. There are brand copies of high quality, and you can try to sell them as well. Even if you don't use this option as a business idea, you can always send some great presents to your relatives who would be more than happy to receive something from you. And now it's time to finish our presentation. Write down all the questions you have, and we'll organize an interview with one of our managers who will answer all of them. Have a nice day. We hope to see you in China soon.